Hey, so here we are on the way to Brighton Beach for a bit of a getaway on Boxing Day and to start filming the first series, or the first flick even, for the series Adaptive Aviator, my new YouTube channel. So welcome to the channel. This is me, Matt, on Adaptive Aviator. Thank you for joining us if this is your first time. I'm here in Brighton, just taking a bit of time out from my 737 MAX type rating. I'm based up at Gatwick, not far away, and I thought I'd get away for the day to get a bit of perspective, a bit of headspace, and to start this video series on the 737 MAX type rating that I'm currently undertaking. Alright, so what's this series all about? I guess I should start with a bit of background on myself. I'm a former Australian Navy and Air Force pilot. I started my career in about 2005 flying, that is, undertaking some basic training on the CT4 as well as the PC-9 training aircraft, which is the two-seat aerobatic ejection seat aircraft used by the Australian Air Force aerobatics team. Then I went back to Navy for conversion onto the Squirrel helicopter, which is very similar to what you will have seen flying for any news company around the world. So a great aircraft to learn the basics of helicopter aviation. And then I went on to fly the S-70B2 Seahawk helicopter, so very similar to the Black Hawk, in fact derived from that aircraft. Amazing piece of kit, still in use by the Navy in its newest form, which is the MH-60 Romeo. And it's a phenomenal all-round helicopter, and probably the pinnacle of my career at the time. So following the Seahawk, I went over to the Air Force. Very lucky to get a start flying the C-17A, Globemaster 3. So you've probably seen this guy on TV, phenomenal jet, can do basically anything that the military needs it to do. Long distance transport, short field landing, flying low at high speeds with some crazy maneuvers. A very, very cool aircraft and very desired, and it's changed the way the Australian Defence Force operates. So for me as a pilot, that was a huge change and a huge step up, learning to fly that aircraft. Within 2 years, I was captaining the C-17 on missions around the world, and it was a hell of a learning curve, but it was a really great experience and the pinnacle of my career so far. So following the C-17, I actually left Defence and left the Air Force and worked for a big defence and aerospace company where I was an instructor teaching the Air Force pilots how to fly the C-17. That's new students coming across from the training aircraft, or people coming back to the C-17 from other ground jobs or non-flying jobs as part of their defence careers. All right, quick break to enjoy some tasty tacos. So I did that for about 2 years, then I took up a management job in a totally different area in the aerospace and defence industry, very different from flying, and it turns out that wasn't for me. So now I'm back in the flying game. I'm over here in Gatwick, London. Right now I'm in Brighton, about to enjoy some delicious Mexican food. And I'm here to learn to fly the 737 MAX. You might be wondering why I'm not in Australia doing the type rating or conversion there, and that's because the aircraft type is quite new. There's not a lot of simulators in the country, and my options were to go to Miami in Florida or across here to the UK at Gatwick and conduct my training here. So here I am, about halfway through the course. It's a 6-week type rating. I've done 3. We've covered off basic procedures, how to do the checklist, how to get airborne, and we started with the first couple of emergencies in terms of how to handle non-normal situations, engine failures, fires, and other malfunctions on the aircraft. So for me, it's a big learning curve stepping back into flying. The management job for me was 2 years. I was on the ground throughout, didn't touch anything aviation-wise from a pilot perspective, and I'm having to really step up and go back to basics and use my experience and knowledge to approach learning in a brand new way. So my goal really is to learn the aircraft as fast as I can, be as competent and as safe as I can as a first officer for my new airline in Australia, and then make the step up to captaincy pretty much as quick as I can. So that might be 6 months, it might be 12, I don't know. But the responsibility and the ball is in my court to take hold of my learning journey, take hold of my own responsibility as a professional pilot, and learn to fly an aircraft as quickly as I possibly can. So at the end of the course here, I'm expecting to finish the type rating, head back to Australia. My airline will put me through an operator proficiency check, So a training and assessment piece to make sure I'm up to the right standard to go flying on the aircraft. So once I'm checked off to that, I'll be ready to fly and actually fulfill the role as an airline first officer back in Australia. So I can't wait for that, and I'll keep you updated as we go. So it's 1 p.m. here, and it looks like it's about 2:30 or 3:30 in winter back home. And she's pretty fresh. Pretty fresh. Winter crew here. Winter crew out. Oh, and look at this thing. I just come across this giant observatory thing that we actually saw Fatboy Slim DJing in this on Netflix or YouTube or something about a year ago. And this crazy donut that goes up a pole. So I'll see if I can turn around the camera and point it out to you. We'll get some close-up shots later on. It's like a donut on a pole. Pretty funky. Anyway, let's go check it out.